Jelly here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make exploding asteroids. So we are going to start out by creating our own little asteroids that will form together and then set outside to dry. And then once they're dry and turn into what feels like little moon rocks, we're going to add a secret ingredient that makes it totally fizz up and explode. To do this activity, you're going to need something large to make your asteroids in. I'm using a bowl. Really, you can use any kind of container that you're okay with getting a little dirty. Some baking soda, some glitter, black washable paint, and then some water. You also will have your secret ingredient, so just for now, set that to the side and we will come back to it later. To start the process, you're going to take your baking soda and pour it all in to your container. This is going to be the main foundation for your asteroids. Then you are going to take your glitter and go ahead and pour that in too. Get all of it out. And then go ahead and mix that in together with your hands. You want it to be nice and glittery, so spread that glitter out as much as you can. This next step is where it gets kind of messy. You are going to take your paint and add that to the mixture as well. So I'm just going to pour mine in. This is a kind of messy experiment, so you might want to do it outside or somewhere like the bathroom or a table that your parents are okay getting with a little bit messy and that you can easily clean up afterwards. So now that my paint is in there, my glitter is in there, I'm going to take my hands and start mixing it all together. It should feel a little bit mushy. That's good. And then once I feel like that is all mixed, I'm going to take my water and add a little bit at a time. You want to go really slow because if you add too much, it's going to dissolve your baking powder. You just want to do enough that it starts sticking together. So your baking soda should start feeling like really damp sand. It's kind of cool to touch. So you can play with it for a while before you make your rocks, or you can go straight into making your rocks. That's up to you. I think I am going to make one giant rock. So what I'm going to do is take my moon sand, scoop it up, and then just start using my hands to form it into a big ball. This is gonna be a huge asteroid. It does feel pretty damp still, so I'm gonna squeeze really tight so that it holds its shape. And then when I'm done creating my asteroid, I am going to take it and I'm going to set it somewhere outside so that the sun can shine down on it and it can dry. Okay, so my moon sand has officially turned into a moon rock and is all dried out. I left mine outside all day today and it was pretty hot and it got nice and dry. I would say if it's not really hot outside, you might want to leave your moon rock out overnight so that you can make sure that it's totally dried out and ready for our science experiment. What I'm going to do now is add little drops of our secret ingredient onto my moon rock and watch as it starts exploding. I'm going to take a straw and take a few droplets of our secret ingredient, add it to my moon rock, and you can see it starts fizzing right away. Now what's happening here is our moon rock is made out of baking soda, paint, and glitter. And then the secret ingredient, if you haven't guessed it, is vinegar. So vinegar is actually an acid, and when it mixes with our baking soda, it causes a chemical reaction because baking soda is a base. So what it's actually doing is transforming the baking soda into two different things, carbon dioxide and water. So you can see carbon dioxide is what causes these bubbles. That's why it's fizzing up and bubbling, and then the more we add, the more water you'll see forming at the bottom as well. So I'm doing a drop at a time. It's pretty fizzy. What do you think would happen if I did the whole thing? Let's find out. Explosion! Look at it go. All right, so that was exploding asteroids. As you can see, my asteroid is still exploding. It's fizzing all over the place. I hope that you had as much fun today doing this experiment as I did. Make sure you stay tuned the rest of the week for some more cool space-themed activities. And then tune in next week as we learn all about sports. Until then, see you next time.